Alrighty. Let's do a video. What do you reckon?
Sure, let's do
All
it.
right. Nothing but enthusiasm here.
I was playing that game before. I was playing that game before I came on. So
Well, here we go. Hello to everybody. It's Glenn and Ben here from the Good Movie Monday podcast, coming at you with a little bit of summer content. Hope you're all having a good summer. Um, here to react review, whatever we want to call it. M3GAN, the new movie from Blumhouse and Atomic Monster, which is Jason Blum and James Wan have collaborated. Their companies have gotten together to produce this one, and directed by Garard Johnstone, if I've got that name right, who is the New Zealand guy that made
is it Gerald or Gerard?
Gerard. I fuck, dude. That many times on the videos I do with Chloe, I've said Gerald Butler. Like it's just because like I know his name's Gerard, but like you're in the flow of conversation, it just comes out wrong. So I think it's Gerald Johnston. I could be wrong. You can fact
It's
check me.
Gerard. It's Gerard
Gerard Johnson. Okay, the guy that
Johnston.
made Housebound.
Yeah, Gerard Johnston.
Johnston.
Johnstone.
John Stone.
He's got the T. He's got the T in there. He's
So M3GAN is the new. What do you want to call this movie? The new Killer Doll movie.
yeah, the new Killer
So
Doll movie,
it's a
which has had
tired.
a
It's a
incredibly successful social media marketing campaign
yeah,
surrounding it.
and it's a tried and true formula of killer dolls. And firstly, I want to say I really enjoyed this movie. Like I did enjoy it a lot. What's rubbed me the wrong way is you've probably seen some of that marketing material has been Jason Blum and James Wan doing like a Q&A kind of thing to camera and and talking themselves up as the first people that have actually tackled the subject with an AI approach.
Mm.
So they claim to be the first to actually do the killer doll with an AI um kind of thing going. But that's pissed me off because that's exactly what the remake or reboot of Child's Play was. It was all about AI technology, being a bit of a danger to children and things like that. So that's rubbed me the wrong way. It doesn't mean I didn't like the film any less though. What did you think of it?
Yeah, look, I enjoyed it. I thought it was I thought it was a lot of fun. Like very, very light,
Very light, very campy.
kind of fun. Like a good kind of entry level horror film. If you don't like your horror too full on, there's some. There wasn't not much in the way of gore or anything like that. There's a couple of good kills, but not as many as I kind of thought there would have been in a
Mhm.
James Wan, Jason Blum film.
But I've
Uh,
got to say, like that's kind of the appeal to me was the fact that it wasn't extreme. The fact that it was kind of light probably resonated with me more with this movie than like the Chucky, like the Child's Play reboot was this story with the gore, and
right.
I kind of liked that this one was toned down a bit because the humor then took effect and really resonated with me because it's very funny.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot more comedy in this than
Yeah,
it was in the Child's Play.
that's it. I like the character creation of M3GAN is really good. And I love the fact that it's essentially they've just put a child behind prosthetics.
Yeah,
It's not like they've used
a
any
very
kind of
talented
CG.
child.
Yeah, it's not like they've put any CG behind it or anything like that. It's mostly practical in camera, and I
Yeah,
like that. So I don't know. I mean, we've come here to react or review it, but like, what else is there to say other than it's pretty good? I'd recommend people see it with an audience simply because having that mutual sort of communal reaction with people makes a
yeah,
difference. I don't know if it would have resonated with me as much at home by myself.
yeah. I think it's. I mean, considering what it is, it's surprising how much of a big screen kind of movie it is,
Yeah,
because it's not really like what we consider now a big screen movie with lots of
yeah.
aliens and intergalactic battles and all that kind of armies of extras doing crazy things. It's got none of that. It's just but it is definitely you kind of I think the humor is enhanced by having a lot more people there reacting to it.
Totally. It's funny you say that though, because like these killer dial type of movies, they always seem to strike a chord when they get released theatrically. Like Annabelle was the same. I wasn't a huge fan of Annabelle. Maybe the prequel was pretty good, but they resonate with people, these movies. And I guess it's just the fact that they're tapping into maybe some, I'd guess, irrational fears that adults might have, and sort of suppressed childhood nightmares or something. There's something going on with this genre that people latch on to.
Like it's been on everything from Goosebumps to Erie, Indiana. They've all done,
Yeah,
there's a couple of 80s horror movies that are all about killer dolls, because they're fucking creepy.
yeah, it
Like
makes me
my
want to go back.
nieces,
Yeah, go on.
my nieces had one that was like life size, that was as tall as my oldest niece. And at one point, my sister had to put it away into a different room. Like she had to put it into their bedroom because it freaked both of the girls out so much. And they were like, 6 and 4 kind of thing, and it freaked them both out so much they couldn't have it.
I think it all goes back to when they made the first dolls with the eyeballs that turn. When
Yeah, the ones that follow you around the
that's
room.
what did it. But yeah, like it's made me want to go back and watch some of those older ones. Everything from like Magic with Anthony Hopkins, which was a ventriloquist doll, that was a good one. And like Dolly Dearest is one that I really, really want to revisit, which I believe is a Vinegar Syndrome. We're putting out a remaster of that one.
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
that'd
Dolly
be.
Dearest.
I've only got like the DVD, which is like a 4.3.
And what about things like was Pin?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time, not since VHS.
Um, yeah,
So that's the thing is that Blumhouse are very effective. They tap into things that have been done before effectively and kind of just put their own little spin on them. And M3GAN definitely works. And yeah, well, that's all I've got to say about it. Is I recommend it.
and it's even got that. I was surprised to see him in it. That wow, I can't remember what his name is. That the comedian who's got it.
Oh,
He's an
Ronnie Chu, or whatever his name is.
yeah. He's got that sitcom where he's in university or whatever it is. It's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
mean,
Crazy Rich Asians and stuff.
yes, and he's in the upcoming History of the World Part 2.
Yeah, right.
And I remember I remember being at university, in Melbourne and seeing him walking around campus, back when he was sort of a Channel 31 caliber of comedian.
Yeah.
And now he's hitting Hollywood. But look, good on him. I mean, I like him on camera, to be honest with you. I think his film work is better than his comedy work.
Yeah, look, I liked his TV show. I've never seen his actual. I've only seen the stand up that they occasionally gets kind of memed on
Yeah, I
Instagram.
think I think he's got a special on Stan or something like that. But yeah, no, it was good to see him in it. Who else was in it? And I like the fact that these movies don't usually boast a who's who of talent.
Yeah, I mean, the big name is Alison Williams from
Yeah,
um, Get Out and
yeah,
Girls. I think she's the only real
yes,
cast in it.
yeah. And I just got to apologize to people that are watching this with like headphones on because I am still sick and I'm doing all kinds of snorting and shit here, and it's fucking disgusting. And I apologize.
It's good that your mic is good enough to pick all of that up.
Yep. Anyway, we're just prattling on now, just for the sake of being on video. I guess we've missed it that much,
Just for
mate.
running. Yeah, just get the running time up there.
That's it. All right. So there we go. What else we got to do? We got another video coming up in a week or so for the Babylon movie, so we'll be responding to that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I've heard great things, but it's a 3-hour film. Like fucking hell.
I've heard great things and I've heard terrible things. So like I just don't know how to approach this one, but I know that it's going to be a long haul, and
I just don't think
yeah,
it's necessary. It's not necessary.
it never is these days.
Like it's all padding. Just fucking get over yourself.
But considering too that so much of theatrical releases now are dominated on the fact, or dictated by the fact that they need as many sessions to squeeze in as possible. The fact they're making these films longer doesn't make sense in that sense.
Well, I guess on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, you really only have 1 or 2 films a week, and then they're gone in 2 weeks. So
Well,
you can give
yeah,
more cinemas over to it.
I guess it's
It's not
kind
like
of
you got 10 films out at the same time.
I guess it's kind of receding a bit because that kind of applied when Marvel were dominating every single week with something big and were, buying all the screens out. So all these other little films didn't get a chance. And now Marvel's kind of taken a step back, focused a bit more on television.
Thankfully.
So the cinema screens have opened up. So maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't want that to mean that everything has to be 3 hours long.
I think it's just every director that gets a bit of success now, any of the auteur ones,
Yeah.
just they seem to have developed the power to refuse the cuts.
It's
Like
true.
90 minutes. It's
But
unnecessary. Like Avatar,
true.
Avatar Way of the Water could have, didn't need to go 3 hours.
Particularly when we're talking Avatar, that's especially true considering that he's got so many future installments coming.
Yeah,
Like he can tell.
so
He can
much of it
tell.
was padding.
Yeah.
The whole reason behind them going to the water people is so ridiculous. Instead of saying just just upsetting. Yeah,
Well, I mean that's it. I mean, if you are a filmmaker and you actually have the passion and love of cinema that you claim to have, then make them for the audience. Like,
part of it. Yeah, part of that is a
restraint.
concise running time.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, Hitchcock never
Otherwise,
made long
make a
movies.
miniseries. Make a miniseries. Make it for TV.
Yeah, that's right. Give us a pause button.
Yeah. Let us take it. Let us take a piss. God damn it.
We're such grumpy old men.
Yeah. Oh, well, I look forward to sleeping through parts of.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll see you at Babylon, mate, but maybe you won't see me.
I mean, that's the thing too. That's the interesting thing. Like, at least Babylon's a kind of a dramatic film. Usually, these 3 hour runtimes are reserved for Transformer type movies, where you're like, I'm just not as impressed with the technology as you are in creating this a robot with 200 moving parts, Michael Bay. I just don't care.
Well, maybe they're giving us a heads up. Maybe it's all in the title, and it will be a whole lot of Babylon. So
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, I'll see you there. That's Hollywood. Apparently, we're supposed to dress up. I won't be.
Are we supposed to dress up?
The invitation said to, but
No. Yeah, I don't have anything to dress up in.
sweet
Maybe
hoodie.
I get like a feather boa. I'll wear
Yeah, sexy.
like a flapper.
And I'll be the fapper.
Yeah.